that, and and it was the same thing as when I was doing it over there. Like I've done it every day this week, and it was the same when I was over there. It's like I had a hard time keeping my body warm after that initial 2 hours out of the pool, you know. So it
Oh,
could just be that, right? Like a water thing, not even a weight or I don't know whatever else it is. So Abigail, I think you're muted
hey
because you
Abigail.
joined the call, and then we
Alright.
haven't heard you. Oh, you?
No,
No,
she's just super respectful.
I gotcha. Good.
thank you, Addison.
Yeah.
I was actually eating too, so there was no reason to,
As
no.
a woman, talk when spoken to. I'm starting to. I told Addison I have a low energy, and with that low energy comes like really bad jokes.
Heavy
So
sarcasm.
heavy, heavy.
See, I
So
figured,
sorry.
and I didn't want to make a response that I would regret because I already regretted it in my head.
Oh man.
I think it's
Anyway,
I think it's fine. I have. Did you see the pictures I sent in the chat? Hang
No?
on.
shit.
I
No.
have to.
Did you just, oh,
Yeah, he just sent them.
Al, I don't know what that is, but
I want this to
Oh
be.
yeah, I did. I just don't understand it.
it's Dwight.
It's an AI generated.
What does that mean?
Okay, hang on.
It means the computer made it.
I want to show it on my screen, and I don't know how.
It's fine. I saw it, and I
No, I
think
want to
it's
show it on
legit.
my stream. I
Oh,
want other
gotcha.
people to see it.
No, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
No, no, they don't care. They
Gotcha.
don't care.
They don't
Okay,
care. I don't care.
I
Okay,
t
my,
I so it's this is an AI generation. It generates art through AI, and you type in what you want it to generate. So I typed in Dwight Schrute, but he's cool. Is that what I said? Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I just like okay. So the top right one I thought was really close. The bottom right one would be perfect if they didn't make him cockeyed, or I don't know. It's just off a little bit.
I thought the
Gotcha.
bottom left was pretty.
It's cool, but it doesn't look it looks like someone else pretending to be Dwight. The other ones kind of look like they could be actually Dwight. I don't know. But I have three more generations that I can create, and I thought maybe you guys might want to
Oh,
try
these
it
are
out.
free until you got to pay for it, or what?
Yeah, you have a certain amount of credits, uh, and then you have to buy more credits. It's like
Gotcha.
40 credits for $8 or something.
Okay. Okay.
But what interested, uninterested? Are you guys like, what are we doing right now?
Well,
Uh,
part of
I'll
me is
give
what
them.
I'm doing right now
Gotcha.
because and what is AI, whatever.
Artificial intelligence?
Yeah, I still don't understand it. Like, where
So
did are these
a com-
people?
no, no, a person programmed a program to make art based on what you type into a prompt.
Huh.
It's basically people trying to get computers to think for themselves, right? So then, in this case, I'm sure it's something along the lines of they look up pictures of, or
Okay,
the computer looks up pictures of Dwight Schrute,
let me do
and
this.
and then looks up cool, and
Abigail, what do you want me to paint? Just
Um,
anything. Say anything you want me to paint. Give me a three-word description of something you want me to paint.
like those windows that they have in the chapels or the those stained
Stained
glass or
stained
the
glass.
last one.
One more word. What do you want the stained glass to be?
hold on.
The problem is they have certain art styles. So
Elon
Windows?
Musk.
Stained glass windows.
just stained glass windows. All
That's
right.
what I did.
Now you have 12 different art styles: black and white, pop art, neo-impressionist, CGI. You can do epic, dark fantasy, photo. You want like a realistic stained glass
Yeah.
window?
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna type your name
Why?
in. I don't know if this will work, but because I want you to
Have
know that this isn't just
Have you
pulling up a
watched?
picture from the internet. Okay.
Yeah, he's
I
just writing
Andrew,
your first name. It's fine. Don't
Andrew,
worry about
you
it.
give me 3 words because you understand what we're doing. I want her to understand that this is a creation on the spot, not something I'm pulling up from Google.
No, I
Yeah,
understand.
yeah.
So
You do.
Yeah, I'm not dumb,
Okay.
man. I understand.
so I'm
No,
gonna
no.
do
So the
stained
idea is
stained glass
what
and give.
he's so what
Sorry.
he's saying is this. Sorry, no, it's fine. It's the delay. He's saying this. If you look up stained glass window, or if you write stained glass window, then all you're doing is it's something already made. Like people have already invented it. So if you did like stained glass spaghetti, that's something that nobody's ever had. And so if you give him something weird and awkward like that, then he's going to be able to
Yeah.
create this AI algorithm that will create a stained glass of spaghetti.
I
Right.
got you. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
I'm tutoring at this family's house, and I'm tutoring the oldest daughter, and they've got two younger ones. All of them are curly haired, black haired, and like the oldest is in fourth grade, but then the second one is kindergarten,
hmm
and the youngest one is like 3. And if there was ever a place that I could go to be known as the coolest human being on the planet, it would be their house. The kindergartner will not stop popping in, giving little notes of just hearts and Mr. Favor in the middle. And then the youngest one will, just when I'm in the room, she smiles and waves. And if I'm not waving at her back, like when I'm talking to mom about, well, this is what we're going to do. And if I'm not waving at her back, then she starts stepping forward to wave like in my face. And then I'm like, okay, I'm waving.
Hello.
Yeah. And then when I go to leave, she's ready to come with me, no matter where, like
Holy cow.
upstairs to the room, wherever she's ready to go. And it's like, oh my goodness, like I, I don't know what you tell your kids about me, but I love it. Like, it is awesome. So, oh man.
I am back.
Oh.
All right.
All right. So stained glass what, Abigail?
Window.
Oh my gosh. She doesn't
Oh,
understand. I'm gonna do spaghetti.
I know. Yes,
ew.
thank you.
How do you
Why
spell because it's never been done before.
No one's made a stained glass of spaghetti,
How
right?
do you spell spaghetti?
stained glass compass? That would be better.
Okay. I actually do like that. And I can spell it.
Yeah, because I have to look it up, and I think it's scabetti, but
All right. Here we go. It takes a minute to create sometimes. Oh, wow. Actually, I think it has been done before. This looks real.
oh, does it?
Yeah. I gotta download it and then I'm gonna send it to you guys.
Oh, dang it! I don't have 5.
How did you find this, Addison?
It's popular on YouTube.
Oh, wow. That's really pretty.
Yeah.
I think I like the bottom left. I
Yeah,
don't, I
that
like,
one is like it's almost like an 80s version of stained glass. compass art.
Yeah.
Super colorful. I did Dr. Phil as Superman. Oh, why can't I send this to you? Okay, there we go.
Dr. Phil as Superman.
Oh boy,
And
that one's a little
sometimes,
disconcerting.
yeah, sometimes they don't. The computer's like, I don't know how to do this.
Here,
One
here's
got
10 Dr. Phils we found. We're just gonna mash them together.
The most,
Jeez.
the most disappointing one was I did the Matrix, but everyone's fat, and
Okay.
it didn't even try. Hang on.
Okay. Oh, I gotta walk back and work now.
That's not.
Yeah,
They're not
the
fat.
the one at the bottom right, he's like a little overweight, but that's like a normal American.
Right. Right there. Perfect.
Oh, do I want to see this?
I did
Just
I think that's a American, Addison.
what?
That's a skinny American.
Yeah.
I just
That's
defended
Andrew
our
Garfield.
culture. Jeez.
Uh, I did the anime style, so I think it's more Japanese culture, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
that probably is a really fat Japanese dude.
Oh my word.
Oh man, that's terrible.
But
Hilarious.
I got two more. Andrew, do you want to do one?
I thought I did one.
Which one? Glass stained
Did it?
spaghetti?
Oh, yeah. No, never mind. Because you already did the glass stain thing. All right, all right.
Fat unicorn.
I'm sorry, but I'm gonna focus like with this one. It's gonna be focused around Change World Schools. Okay,
I love it.
um, world, change the. No, I'm sorry, don't do that. Jeez.
The
Shut
world
up.
folding in on itself.
Yeah, right. Okay. Well, maybe not world, maybe globe.
Okay.
Whatever you think, globe or world, one of those.
Globe on sides.
I'm gonna do Earth.
Earth.
Like I think
Okay.
that's what you're picturing, right?
Sure. Yeah. Earth. School. I just wonder what they would mash up with that. And then I don't know. Someone choose a third one. Earth. School.
Um,
Do you
Explosion.
need three?
explosion. Abigail. In today's day and
Wow.
age, I don't know if we can do that.
Actually,
You
it's
want
valid. It's valid. Go.
Earth school
so
gun.
Jeez.
Guys.
The school will be wonderful in Europe because it'll be like a joke, but in America, they'll be like, no, that's real. You're out. um,
we saw that AI art that you did.
Dragon.
Dragon.
And I'm gonna do epic because I know you're into Game of Thrones, and I think you're gonna like this, or it's gonna suck.
Yep. I am concerned.
I'm picturing a school. Yep, I nailed it. I freaking nailed it. You're gonna love one of these.
One of these. Okay.
I mean, the other ones are confusing. There's one though that's just. All right, I have to download it.
Too funny.
Oh. Yeah.
All right, let's take a look.
There's no school.
The top right.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, that's a school.
All right, whatever. I thought that was cool.
So you would definitely need to come with me on my trip to Bali to see this green school. But
What's the name of
yeah,
it?
I
Can I
mean,
look it up?
I think it's called Green School in Bali. Green, wait, hold on, greenschool.org.
Oh wow.
Maybe that's it.
I typed green scoop and it said in Bali?
Yep, that's it. Way more popular than I thought. But
Whoa.
yeah, so I mean, I will say this. The impressive part is exactly what you see, and that's about it. Like
Oh.
listening to him do a TED Talk and looking at some of the curriculum that they offer. They're very hippie kind of,
This
no
is
one
the
needs to work with
yeah.
lawyers and doctors anymore. And so that part is like, no, not interested. That's why I'm not just joining up with them and let's make them a global thing. But
That's the
there's
issue
definitely,
is it's like if you're Republican, you have to love guns and you have to be
right,
Christian, and if you're a Democrat, you have
right,
to be an atheist and you have to make sure
right,
no one has to work for anything ever. Like
right, right.
can't
Yeah,
isn't there a
exactly.
balance, guys? Maybe guns are
Yeah,
kind of bad sometimes, and maybe some people shouldn't have to work and others really should have to work,
right,
right?
right. Well, yeah, and it's why it's like I keep saying, like as soon as I find someone with exactly my vision, then I don't mind stepping down and just helping them
Yeah.
build their, into whatever. But it's like, okay, this school is great, but the guy who started the school is dyslexic, and he never liked it that his teachers made him learn to read even though he couldn't, and so he doesn't force that on his kids. And I'm like, what?
Oh my word.
Like,
You're
you're
not.
okay with alliteration instead of like teaching how to get through
Holy.
dyslexia, right? Kind of thing. And so it was just like very much I love his design. Like
Yeah.
they have gardens that feed the kids and stuff like that, and especially in Bali because it's like near the equator, they don't have really any walls, so they let the fresh natural light in as much as they can, stuff like that.
Okay.
And I like that part. I love the whole
It looks
environmentalism part of it.
beautiful.
Oh yeah, yeah. But
I would
what I
definitely
would
learn,
what?
and I would go to learn and take pieces, but not to make it just like theirs.
I think
Oh, I would
the
I would
problem
even
is
say like
go ahead. Sorry.
no, I just wanted to say, like, what I would say to him is, hey, I love your design of the environmental school you made. Can you do that in Bulgaria where it gets, flipping cold for like 4 months out of the year? How would you design it so that, there's a lot of nature balance and stuff like that? And, I'll, of course, or the school will want to pay for that. But beyond that, we don't want your curriculum. We don't want anything else. We just want your inspired environmentalism kind of green school, and we're willing to put your name or your tag on, Change World Schools Green School or
Yeah.
whatever, right? But I don't want his curriculum, right? So
That's my biggest issue is that you have a curriculum which is preset. It's if I go there and they tell me something and I ask the wrong question, then we've lost communication, right?
uh-huh.
If I suggest that maybe something in the curriculum might be wrong, then I'm no longer part of the conversation.
I don't know. They seem to be more of the hippies where you're always part of the conversation, man. And so, I don't think you would be ousted by that. But I think what you would start dealing with is a lot of misinformation because when you accept everything, that's when you're like, yeah, 2 plus 3 can equal 6. It's okay, man. Like, I'm sure it's not exactly that, but it's sort of that mentality that I've noticed when
No,
I
but
am looking at it.
it's that combined with a new modern hippie, which I don't like, who hears someone who they respect say 2 plus 3 can equal 7, man, and then they go out and they go
Yeah.
2 plus 3 equals 7, and anything you say is wrong, and you need to shut up.
I mean, and I don't know. I never got that vibe from him. But
Okay.
I definitely just I got. I mean, you could be right because I mean
No,
that's
I've just seen
probably
enough of them. I'm not saying that I
that's him.
love the
Not yeah, yeah.
original hippies. You think what you
Oh,
want, and you open your mind up too much. Yeah, you're gonna get infected with bad ideas. But letting people speak, letting people have their opinion, that's why I liked the hippies in the first place. They let me be
oh,
a
and
Christian and also like smoking weed at the same time.
right. And I'm not saying that that's a bad thing necessarily for for adults. I think for kids, it's a bad idea, which is why we don't let kids smoke marijuana,
Yeah.
right? It's just like you got to hit them with some.
Let kids choose their own gender. Oh, wait.
Yeah, let's raise our children instead of just affirming them. Holy shit. Hey, maybe
No,
we
and
challenge our children instead of letting them sit around playing Fortnite all the time.
Okay, and I don't even care about that. I care more that you let them think whatever they want to think, and if you don't do that, then you're sort of somehow ruining them instead of actually enhancing them by saying,
Yeah.
hey, here's some hardcore principles. Okay,
This
let's
is
start with the fact that 2 plus 2 is 4. The end. Done. You can't say anything.
right. Just
You
hard
guys know
evidence.
Yeah, Ben Sharpio.
Shapiro?
Shapiro, sorry, whatever. I don't care. I don't
Sharpio.
listen to his
You
name.
sound like
I
a
don't care.
Democrat.
I'm gonna kick your ass, man.
Sorry.
But by the way, I have become a
Sharpio.
Democrat. Love Joe Biden. He's sweet to death. So.
Hunter's my boy. Fist pump. Gonna do crack with you someday, boy.
Obama's become my mini god. I mean, I'm not sure if I'm allowed to have a god as a Democrat, but
All right. Listen, I kind of liked Obama for some reasons. There's a lot of things I didn't like about him, but there
I
were
liked him
some
a
things I
lot.
liked about him.
Yeah, and I liked him a lot. I mean, I know there were bad things that he did, and I wasn't very much into politics when he was in office, but
Right.
I liked him a lot because I thought that he had a genuine, and I mean, even does have a genuine, like, he had a genuine want to help people.
Yeah.
And in the beginning, he was like, I'm going to do things my way. And then in the end, you could see that the system, chewed him up, and he just didn't have the whatever tenacity to like stand up against it.
Not
And
just
he
him
just
though. His wife, I remember following him for a little bit. His wife went so hard at the cereal companies and the food companies making food for children, and they were like, we're going to cut back this much money. And then you did the math, and it's like, yeah, it took out half a gram of sugar from each box of cereal. It did nothing.
Right.
They screwed her so hard, and she went so hard for that. I'm not a left or right guy. I like certain leaders.
And my joke with that was more of like people who are heavy lefts don't just view him as another great politician. They very much like they put him on a divine, like, he's like God, because we lost God, because apparently that's a Republican thing now. So we need someone to worship. How about Obama? Yeah.
Which is
great.
It's weird because it's like as good a speaker as he was, as clear as he was, he had the family thing going on. He was trying to help the poor and build them up and all that stuff. Why couldn't they have found someone who supported, actually supported? Like, I don't think he did a ton for the black community. I think he did a ton for our community and bringing us together as a nation, but he didn't build the black community up out of poverty. Certainly not, because it's still there. So
it's still there, and
why?
It's like, and who is doing that? I mean, the Democrats claim they have, but since when? I mean, since Martin Luther King's days, when has a Democrat actually done something to help that community?
Right. And I hear people say Trump, lowest unemployment in years, and maybe that's true, but there's still the poor black community. So what obviously he didn't fix it either. So
there was one guy who because I listened to Ben, whatever his last name is, then a lot of transgender
Sharpio.
guys that whatever. Because of that, I get on my feed then a lot of guys who are like, shuts down transgender guy, shows him who's boss, or
that's
like
the algorithm.
Like that, right?
You watch one Ben Shapiro video and you'll get flooded with it because it gets tons of views.
Right. So then this one guy who he's a no-namer, right? But he's in that same situation that Ben is always in, which he's standing in front of a crowd.
What's his name?
Transgender. I don't know. He's a
James
no-namer.
Klug?
Like, I don't. Nope.
You actually don't know his name.
I don't know his name. They didn't post his name. He was just a speaker. A transgender comes up and goes, why do you think it's ethically wrong that I'm, choosing to be a woman or whatever? And then the guy responds, and the way he responds is so like, I didn't
clear
realize.
and concise.
No, like that's what Ben does, right? I mean, I like the way Ben
Oh,
talks, right? He's very much in, this guy comes and he's like, he says, here's what's morally unethical. The fact that your doctor says it's okay. The fact that your doctor says that, they've had years of research, and he goes through all these things. He's like, I don't have a problem with you, sir or ma'am. I have a problem that the doctors have lied
right.
to you about it, and they are telling you you don't need to change anything about you. That's what I think is wrong. And I'm like, oh
Yeah.
my gosh, that's exactly it. Like the whole Black Lives Matter thing, we're not angry
Not just
at
that.
the actual, yeah, yeah.
Abortion. I'm not mad at the
Oh,
women
yeah, yeah.
getting abortions. I'm pissed at the doctors performing them. They have a
Yeah, and the ones that giving
responsibility.
the advice, right? I mean, and that's it. With all that stuff, it's like I'm not angry at Black lives or at people, women who feel like
No.
they need to get abortions, or
Rape victims,
transgender.
none of these people I'm mad at.
Yeah,
I'm not
it's
scared of
it's
you. I
yeah,
care
it's
about
that
you. I want, yeah, sorry.
it's that propaganda that gets propped up saying it's okay, it's okay, like, and the Black Lives Matter thing, it's just like, it's such misinformation, because what they do is they try and get black people angry at white people.
Yeah.
They try to get white people shameful about doing well in life. If Black Lives
Yeah.
Matter was more about, like, what can I do as a neighbor to, my black friend or whatever, like, what can I do to help him? Or, how can we get jobs to these guys? How can I, as an employer, make sure that I'm not, I don't know, maybe it's a subconscious thing or whatever, right? Like, making sure that I'm doing my part to support every community, not just a certain one that I like,
Right.
right? That then I can get behind that. But right now, all it is, it's sort of like, let's get rid of the police. Let's make sure everyone stays pissed off at each other, because that's kind of what
Yeah.
it's
White man bad.
what it turned into, right?
Black
White man
man.
bad,
Black man killed by
which is
police. They,
right, and it's like they're just building anger towards each other. There's not
yeah.
a, I mean, there's a couple of them that are like, yeah, they're right, and stuff like that, and it's like, no, 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 that's not what, the whole purpose is supposed to be, you know this
Quality.
inequality thing, or this issue, but it's not, it's just this, let's get people angry at each other,
Yeah.
so that, and
And
it was just really fun. It was very interesting to listen to this video, because then it was like, oh, like, this is why I get triggered by stuff, like, I'm
yeah.
all like, when I get triggered by Black Lives Matter, then I get, like, immediately I feel guilty for being triggered, because I'm like, why
Yeah.
am I just triggered by that? Is
Yeah.
it because I'm racist?
I must
Son of a
hate
bitch,
black
I'm
lives.
racist.
Ah!
Yeah, right. And
And
when
that's
I
what they
do
want you to
abortion,
feel.
right? And when I have the abortion issue, like, anytime you guys talk about abortion, I'm like, I get triggered, because I'm like, okay, you guys don't even think about like, what decisions they have to make, and then it's like, you don't even realize that it's this propaganda that's pitted people against each other, when in reality we all have the same dream, the same goal, which is, we don't want to see that person,
Yeah.
that pregnant girl, that black guy, that whatever human, white guy, that is having an issue,
Yeah.
that needs help in life. And that's all we ever want. That's all we ever want, is to help that person out, right?
Right. We want to make things better for everyone around us. We want to keep our children safe.
Yeah.
We all agree on these things,
Yeah.
but they
Somehow
take
this
the
propaganda
extremes.
just gets us really angry at each other, and then what happens,
And
we're shouting at to a microphone that nobody cares about me, and it's like, well,
it's
yeah,
upsetting because for years since Trump was elected, I'm following certain people and it's like, yeah, they're doing the right thing, but then since Biden got elected, I see all these same people that I saw building up America now shitting on America, doing the same
yeah,
thing the Democrats were doing when Trump was elected, and it's like you're
hmm,
no better.
yeah, exactly. And next year, or whenever the new election is, and we flip flop again, and it's a Republican in office, it's like, no one's doing anything to actually help the country.
No.
You're feeding into the propaganda, which is hard not to do. I'm not going to say, hello, idiots, wake up, because yeah, it's easy if,
No, I have a hard time looking at Hillary Clinton and seeing her as a human being. She
right,
is
right,
though.
and exactly, and it's very hard to, just because if you're not on Fox News or CNN or
Yeah.
whatever cable, then you're on YouTube that has algorithms that still is sort of feeding you
Yeah.
whatever it is you want to
This
watch. And
this
so,
clip will piss
no
him
matter,
off. It'll make him comment.
right? And if he's going to comment on that one, I got about 20 others just like it. Like, there's no
20
way
others,
that
and
they're
that's
going to start.
$1,000 in my pocket.
Right. So,
It's
anyway,
it's it's. I mean, I don't because I think it's important to make money. I think it's important to build an economy and that kind of stuff. But I don't know how
mhm,
to marry that with and separate what YouTube's doing because it is
yeah,
really separating people and through serious anger. You see the rise in
yeah,
violent crimes in the last 4 years.
yeah. Over there, I mean, that's the thing too, is
It's
that
insane.
you know, when Grammy or Cheryl talk about the end of the world coming, I would be more inclined to believe it if I saw that same shit happening globally, right?
Everywhere. Yeah.
But it's like it's not. It's not. It's decreasing in many areas, right? And it's like, okay, it's not the end of the world. It might be the end of America, but it's the
No,
end
and
of the
that's what
world,
scares me.
right?
It's like all these years we've looked at the Middle East and we're like, that place must suck. And they're like, no, my friend, that place must suck.
your your place very dangerous. We tell our children, don't go to America.
At
Anywhere
least,
else. Go to
at
anywhere else.
at least here day to day sucks. You have very good, and then suddenly just dead.
Oh my god. Okay. And you say that as a joke though, but I
I
mean
know, no.
seriously, the way that people perceive, because I perceive it now. Like when I've as I gathered stuff, like the way we perceive Brazil is how they perceive us. It's like we're a
Really?
wild wasteland, and then if we get to the cities, it's not much better because you're probably going to get shot. Like that is the mentality of almost every
Yeah.
European that I've talked to, Turkish, I mean, this, you know,
Dude,
level of group of people, it's like that's what they think of when they think of America. They want to go, but they're afraid to go alone
that's
because if they
crazy.
go alone,
Yeah.
they'll
You're
end
gonna
up in the
die.
wrong alley and they'll die. Yeah. And it's just like, no. And then, you know, I think about the reality of it, which is, you know, if I'm stuck in Sofia in the middle of the night, I am not at all even kind of scared. Like, even if I go down the wrong alleyway, the worst thing that happens is I'll see a drunk Roma who wants money from me and might be a little aggressive, and I just push them, like because they're tiny.
Okay.
No offense, right?
Really?
So it's like there's nothing dangerous here as far as violence goes. If I'm stuck in Seattle in the middle of the night, holy shit, that would scare me to death.
I don't
Now
even go to
because I
Seattle
grew up
during the day. You kidding me?
right, yeah, like it's so I mean it's
Probably
like
get
okay,
lost.
we understand how to live in America because we just know you would never show up in
Right.
Chicago, New York City, Seattle in the
Right.
middle of the night.
That's
Like
yeah,
that's
I've thought
just
about
something you
that.
don't do, right? Yeah.
That's why I
So
don't go
but
to Cambodia alone. I go with people that know the area and know where it's okay to go and
exactly,
not okay to go.
yeah.
Oh,
So anyway, it's just it's interesting the more I learn about this, and you know, the whole trying to broaden my whatever my understanding of others
yeah.
and everything. It's like, oh, that's sad. It's because you like to think that our country is the what is it, the place where dreams come true, or what is the, I
Yeah.
don't remember what the
The
slogan
American
is, but
dream.
the American dream, right? And it's like, okay, and they still sort of see it that way, but with this
And
added thing of
there is an
yeah,
aspect of it still where you can I mean you have hundreds of thousands of Mexicans, Guatemalans and others coming through the southern border. They're not coming here because they think it sucks, right? Like
yeah,
there's an aspect of
yeah.
the American dream that still exists, but
Oh, very
ugh,
much so. Like people do, even, you know, in spite of that, still think of, like, they think of American as the American dream because of the things that you can do there that you can't do here in Europe, right?
yeah,
And so, I mean, that stuff is not fake. It's just sad that they also see that violence aspect and they understand that they're risking their lives, or that's how they view it, that they're
yeah.
risking their lives when coming over here. So, or there. So, um, anyway, I don't know.
I mean, if we could come up with answers, then we would probably dead by now. Because the government doesn't like good answers. They want control. And
What?
they're
Sure.
definitely listening. I have one viewer right now. Hi, Hillary. Hello.
It's not Hillary. It's Musk. Okay, we all know.
Dude.
He's gonna he is gonna pull that same shit that Trump is pulling, right? He's doing all this stuff. 20 years from now, he's gonna be like, "Hey guys, I didn't really want to do this, but I guess I'll be president." Okay, and then
All right. Then
all right.
he's got his autistic Twitter going. He's like, "Hey, I got a bigger red button than you." Oh,
Oh, jeez. No, I don't know. Yeah, it is interesting too because, I was thinking this morning, I'm trying to figure out. I live. So I got to tell you, after Thanksgiving came, and I
mhm.
do my thing that I always do for Thanksgiving. This year it was The Nun. Okay, watch The Nun. I don't know if you guys have seen it.
Oh no, I've heard of it though. Is it good?
Okay,
We
based
watched
on a
it.
true story, right?
Oh, I'm thinking of
Um,
something different.
you didn't watch it, did you,
No, I
Abby?
thought it was a horror movie.
It is a horror movie.
The Nun? It's not a TV show.
You're thinking of The Warrior Nun.
Well, with good reason.
Yeah. Warrior Nun's great. The movie The Nun is a horror film. It's based on a true story. Um,
Oh, I
of
hate those.
yeah. And I'm watching it, and obviously, okay, so like there's a demon that was in a convent, and like these nuns, I assume, were relatively godly because they're nuns, right?
Mm.
And yet this demon is jumping from one to another, and they're either killing themselves, trying to sacrifice themselves so that they can kill the demon, or
Oh,
the demon is killing them, right? Like this crap is going on, and in the end, all the nuns die in this convent, right?
mm.
And so by the end of the movie, I'm like, huh. So these guys thought they knew what was going down, and they didn't. Me, this Protestant dude who thinks he knows Jesus, and I'm like, because whenever I see these movies, I'm like, well, if I was in there, I would start speaking tongues, and man, that guy would just run.
You have
But
no
then I'm
place
thinking,
here.
right?
I have
Well,
the
Dude,
Lord on my side. No, I believe
and
it.
I
Okay,
totally,
I
and I
truly
believe it
believe
too.
it.
But it's like, what Bible reading have I done in the past decade or
Yeah.
two that backs that up? And I'm like, oh shit. So November 1, I start reading the Bible, right? And it's
Okay.
been great because now every morning I read the Bible for about 30 minutes, and then I go swimming. So I get my spiritual workout and then my physical
Physical. Yeah.
workout, so I'm ready for the day, right? And so that's been really, really great.
Nice.
Very interesting crap has come up. For example, did you know Abraham had two brothers? And his youngest brother,
Wait, he had Isaac.
no,
Wait,
no, no,
no,
no, that's
he
his
had
son. That's
he
son.
had
That's his son,
Lot.
right? Yeah, no, that was not his son. That was his nephew. So he had two
Oh
brothers.
shit.
Okay,
All
yeah,
right. I
two
am
brothers. Uh, his
I'm
youngest
ready. I'm
brother,
ready.
his youngest brother had a son and daughter. All right, the youngest brother had a son and daughter, and then promptly died. Okay,
Okay.
Abraham took the son, whose name is Lot, and Lot followed him around wherever he went, right? Uh, Abraham's brother took the daughter and married her, and that was that, right? So, so that was fun fact number one that I didn't know about, right? Fun fact
Mm-hmm.
number two was, which I guess I never knew about. After Lot had escaped Sodom and Gomorrah, he went to live in the caves, right?
Yeah.
And because there were, and he brought, he had his two daughters with him. And there were two things that I thought was very interesting about the relationship of him and his daughters. First, when they were in Sodom and Gomorrah and the angels were being attacked, he offered to let his daughters be raped by the crowd in order to save these strangers. So he
Oh
offered them
yeah.
away, right? Okay.
That was
Didn't
an
happen, but he
mm.
offered them, right? That was the first weird thing. The second weird thing is when they
Take
were living in the
them.
caves, when they were living in the caves, the daughters looked around, saw that there were no men, and decided to get their father drunk so that they could sleep with him so that he could have a son. So,
Yeah. You know, hey, did your mama recently read the same thing or what?
no, I told her about it.
Guys,
She knew. She got it from
guys,
me. Okay.
So there's a
times were
couple.
different back then, okay?
Okay, but listen, there was there.
Ish.
Ish.
Sorry, Abigail. I'm listening.
I'm
Go
just
ahead.
for the girls' sake. I mean, they already. I feel like they already don't have maybe a great relationship with their dad. Let's start there,
Clearly.
Maybe.
right?
No, no.
But
Imagine 12 guys show up and they're like, "We're going to take your land." And Daddy's like, "Take her." No, just take Abigail. Right?
No, it's not even that. It's two
okay,
strangers show up, the crowd following behind, going, "We want them," and Daddy's like, "No, save the strangers. Take my daughter instead.
Save these guys who claim to be angels.
Claim to be angels. Take my daughter instead."
Sorry,
Go ahead.
you gotta be Jesus or more for me to send my sister.
Serious evidence, right? Like some. All
Uh,
right, I just healed them, and brought this guy back from the dead. All right,
oh,
you're
also,
done.
all the water coming out of your spigot, it's wine now. Okay?
No. All right, we're good. Now I know.
Abigail,
sorry,
if you ever
Abigail.
wanted to know where our borders are, no, no. I mean, even that's ridiculous, though. Like we would never.
but our
Yeah.
culture is so beyond different.
Yes, and
I
that's
mean,
it.
that's for one. Number two, I mean, no, that is really what it comes down to is our culture. Our culture is so different.
What words did
And
we use comfortably 40 years ago?
what?
Comfortably. Like no one was like what words did we use 40 years ago comfortably? And people were just like, yeah, that's just how you talk. Like it, that's what it is. And now people are so sensitive and they'll start crying or they'll attack because of a word, right? Like
Right.
even today our society is different from then. So this is what uh I'm bad at math. 3,000 years ago?
Oh, when Abraham was doing this
Yeah.
stuff, or when this stuff was happening,
When this stuff is
four, 4 to 5 thousand years ago.
long ass time ago.
It's a
Yeah.
really long time ago.
The other thing that was interesting was the whole like Adam and Eve all the way up to Noah situation, because
Yeah.
like
I don't like to
living
think
for
about
that,
that.
I know, and you know what?
It wasn't even that
And
long.
I asked Noah about this. I've been fascinated with this word Nephilim, and if you look at different
Oh, yeah.
games
That
or
was in
things like
Supernatural.
that. What?
Nephilim, that's when a god has a child with a human, right?
Well, the angel or the angel race, so angels and demons having
Okay.
children with humans. That's what one at like Diablo 3, the game that I play. That's what they view the Nephilim
We've
is that
we've
these
learned
guys,
this stuff from a TV show and a video game.
right? No, and that's what I. So then I asked Noah because he's the pastor, right? And I'm like, who are the Nephilim? Because I never knew that this was a biblical thing, and
You
my
did.
understanding It no, because I didn't. I never like in the NIV. It doesn't say Nephilim. It calls them something else, the fallen ones. So
God.
Oh.
this other Bible I'm reading calls them the Nephilim roamed the earth. And so it was
Whoa.
like, okay, so what do you think the Nephilim are? And he says that according to Greek, whatever stuff he knows that it's probably not. He said that one theory is that they're this mix of demon and angels and whatever, which I still don't believe. I mean, it's a cool idea, but I think that when God said, "Let's make man in our image, in our likeness," one of the things He allowed us to do that He didn't allow angels and demons to do is to create. And amongst things like creating music
Oh.
and stuff like that, gave us the ability to create life, which demons and angels, I don't believe, are allowed to do, which is why sexual sin is such a huge thing because the devil goes after that thing that he's not allowed to be part of or to do.
Oh.
That's my theory, right? That's what
Oh,
I'm going
That's
with. So that's
interesting. I'm
yeah,
not I'm
yeah.
not I'm
So
not totally on with it, but I like that's a crazy connection. Hmm.
oh yeah, and it's not one that I made. It was one that I heard from a pastor. So don't give
Okay.
me credit either. But it's just very that's what I like. That's what I'm going with, right?
Huh.
And so then he said the other idea is that the Nephilim were Cain's children, and it was those children that were known as the fallen ones because they were doomed to, whatever they
Yeah.
were. So anyway, it's been very interesting getting through Genesis. Let's just say so.
No doubt.
That's a
One
lot.
more thing, and then I'm done. I'm sorry, but one more thing, which is in Genesis, surrounded by the part where God realizes that mankind is corrupt and he's going to flood, right? Or surrounded around that section,
Mm-hmm.
he says, the sons of God found that the daughters of mankind were very beautiful and they had grown corrupt, which I think is very interesting. That wording.
Wow.
What grew corrupt?
He said, the sons of God saw that the daughters of mankind were beautiful and had grown corrupt. So the sons of mankind had grown corrupt because they saw that the daughters of mankind were beautiful. So that's interesting to me on like how many different levels. Because first he's calling the men sons of God and he's calling the women daughters of mankind. And then he's referring to the fact that they grew corrupt right after he says that the men have noticed how beautiful the women are. And so it's just, again, another very interesting thing that you just never learn about
Damn.
in Sabbath school when you're little, right? You're just like,
Yeah, but
They're
is
not-
that a
blood.
is that a okay, so I actually do have several thoughts all at once on this. The sons of man, sorry. The daughters of mankind. That would, I'm assuming, reference to Eve being created from the rib of Adam, right?
Okay,
son-
that could make sense.
And
yes.
the sons of God
Although
being
it's
created.
Still, yeah.
But
You're right. You're right. That makes more sense. Yeah. Okay.
the beauty that I see is that the sons of God were taken down by the beauty of mankind, and it's this equilibrium where like they'll be taken down, but they're still the sons of God, so they will rise up. God does not fail. And then
It's true, but
I
it still bugs me, and I know that it's part of this
same.
whole, like, we talk about equality, and like the thing that really bugged me also was somewhere in Corinthians where it says husbands need to love their wives and wives need to respect their husbands, and I hated that because it's like I want my wife to love me. Hello, and and I hated that for years and years and years until I heard someone who said the reason God may have said that is because women have no problem loving. Like, that's a natural gift they have.
Oh, wow.
And so he's not telling them to love their husbands because they know how to do that. They have a hard time respecting. And then husbands or men tend to respect things, but they don't know how to love. And that's why he's saying these
right.
things. So
I'll do anything for you, but I won't be able to show you my love. So he's like, yeah, show her your love, bro.
So I'm trying to figure this one out. Sons of God and daughters of mankind, because obviously all sons and daughters are, his. Like, there's something there. So it's like, why did he choose to use those words? It's not to demean women, because again, like that's the initial thought, is that it's like, wow, somehow they're second class because they're daughters of mankind. They came from man. God made man first, so he obviously loves us more. Like that's.
No, he made animals before he made us, so I guess he likes dogs more than us.
Wow, it actually puts women at the top of the tier.
Like
kind of does.
Don't tell the Pope, man. Don't tell the Pope.
God's like, Jesus, come here. This is the best thing I've ever made. What is it?
No.
Woman.
Like, he's more like, Jesus, come here. They finally are figuring it out. And he's like, really? So they're going to know that I was not actually a guy. I was a woman?
I'm trans.
What? Oh, my gosh.
I can't say it. I can't say it. Yeah. I won't say it.
Good call, Addison.
Sorry, it's in my head. I mean, God and Jesus, we're all having a laugh right now, but I'm sorry.
Jeez. Oh my goodness. Oh, you gotta love it. You gotta love it. Oh, shoot.
All right, with all of that being said, I have one
Hmm.
more credit for AI creation.
Oh, jeez.
You guys want to do one more?
I don't know if I want to be part of this one.
That's,
We
that's a
each
very...
pick a word. I think Abigail should go last because I think Andrew and I could really mess up something nice.
Are we picking a word before we all say the word?
No.
No.
So
Are
you
you
can,
sure you want to do that, though? Do you feel like she would
Thank
get
you.
stuck in our iteration? Like, shouldn't she go first?
I think that between the three of us, I think that she would be able to see what we're saying and tie it together the best. I think that I could, but I would be too enticed by the joke. So I have to go first or second. I can't go last. And I don't think you can go last either because
No, but okay, so here's what I'm thinking. I've
Mhm.
got my word picked out, so I can be last because I'm not going to change it to
Oh.
try and tie it together. Abigail goes first, you go second. That way, when I say my word, it's not necessarily going to be
Okay.
biased to try and tie it to make a joke or whatever. And then Abigail can,
You have to promise to not change it. If you do, you have to tell us what the original was.
hold on. Let me just make sure. You know what? I'm going to type it in so that's
You're
all I have
already
to do.
changing it. Oh, I
Well,
thought
I
you
know
were
because-
like,
I just realized, no, I'm going to keep it. I'm going to rename it to something that won't.
Oh my god. You guys are
You s-
putting too much.
you sound so
And then-
confident.
I've got it. I've got it typed in.
Perfect.
All I'm going to do is hit enter. Go.
Do you want me to go
I'll tell
first,
you what
Abigail?
the original one. No, Abigail goes
Yeah,
first. You
go
go
first.
second.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm going first.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is it based off of what we were talking about or anything?
it's anything.
It can be whatever you want. It can actually be based on what we were talking about because it can be anything.
Right.
Then angel.
I love it.
Oh, damn. Okay, what's yours, Addison? Hurry! I got a call. Coming in.
Astronomical?
Astronomical, and there's mine. All right, I'll be right back.
Spirit?
This is going to be sick.
It's gonna be a really cool looking angel. Hot damn. Sorry. I've been asking God, I'm like, what do angels look like? Like, I get that there's stories about them. Some people see these huge things, huge figures that are angels. I don't know how to explain it. Like, huge. And I'm like,
Whoa.
in my life. And I'm just saying, I would probably be freaked out, but I really want to see one. Oh,
Hey.
An angel?
Okay.
yeah.
So how did it turn out?
I think that you've seen an angel, Abigail.
What?
I think, you know, the way angels approached Lot in Sodom and Gomorrah?
Yeah.
I think you've
And
seen an
God.
angel.
No, I don't doubt that.
You've been too connected. And here's what else. I think that angels are like ghosts and phantoms and any kind of aberration that might exist. They do not want fame. They want to be so subtle that you can't even tell your best friends about them.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Um,
And
This
then
is
they're such superheroes. Look at this.
mainly depicting women as angels. Why?
No, it's not. I mean, three of them are, but angels, Gabriel, a lot of angels have been men or
No.
depicted as men.
I'm talking about the picture.
This
Oh,
is based. This is democratic bias.
Oh shit! Come on.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I take it back.
Oh my gosh! Can't even handle you guys right now.
I don't know. That's
Hey,
interesting. Are
Can't
you
even
leaving?
been participating in the conversation the entire time.
I was trying to. You guys kept ignoring me. That's all.
Abigail, can you hear
No
Andrew?
big deal.
I think he's muted.
No. Yeah, totally muted.
Yeah. See, this is what happens. This is what happens. You guys are afraid of the hard truth, and you decide to ignore it. Okay. All right? I'm going to call you exactly what I think you should be called. Democrats. All right. Actually, Republicans do the same thing, so never mind.
This has been CNN, and we are
Americans.
fake news.
And we know it. Thank you for joining us. Oh my gosh.
I remember one Thanksgiving, we were all over at our house. I think it was like 2 Thanksgivings ago.
I'm good. How are you?
Pap's talking about
Okay.
all this stuff, and we're kind of having a conversation. And Pap's like, "Well, I saw on CNN," and I go, "You have got to stop watching CNN." And there was a couple of the cousins that were like, "Yeah." But no, I don't think anybody in our family watches Fox. If somebody watched Fox, I'd be like, "You have got to stop watching that shit."
I just don't watch.
That's a lot. Okay.
Oh,
There we
we still
go.
have someone over there.
Yeah.
There's 30.
Okay, this is the money.
Yeah. And this is 7. I mean, no, 7. Yeah.
Most
No,
streamers
for sure.
step
We're
away
good.
from their setup.
Have a good day.
Andrew-
Bye.
Most people
What?
step away
Are
from
you
their
two-
setups.
Yeah, I got my headphones on, okay? I'm sorry.
Sounds like a personal problem.
Plus, I need to get an non-disclosure from this guy because he's on YouTube. So,
Right.
whatever.
He's an adult, right? He has a job, right?
Yeah, he's 15. Here jobs are kind of flexible. Oh my gosh.
Abigail was saying that it's interesting that most of the angels were depicted as women.
No, in the picture.
Yeah, in the
this-
picture.
Yeah. I was here for this. So
I was expecting a lot more.
yeah,
Or-
me too. But you know my theory on angels anyway. So
yeah, I do.
The thing is that I did a
No.
pop art. So it wasn't necessarily,
that was the mistake.
I don't know if that was the right. Yeah, it might have been the mistake. Give me a second. Speak amongst yourselves.
Addison, you can't.
Yeah, sorry, don't mute him.
Wow, you really meant it. Speak amongst yourself. Ignore me. Whatever.
I'm here. I can hear you.
I said
We're
that
all
was your last.
friends. Nah, it's the last free one.
Addison. Emma, get out. Go.
I'm not kidding when I say this might be one of my favorite things. I might just make all of my YouTube art based on this stuff,
So
Imagine
you're gonna see money
gaming bunnies. Bro.
Oh man.
All right,
I
what do you want? Photorealistic? Epic?
Photorealistic.
All right.
What is the whole dragon thing up above? Did you do photorealistic or epic?
That was epic. Oh, that was epic. The stained glass windows were photorealistic.
I kind of think the epic. But
Dwight was black and white.
I don't know. I think the epic is what more my brain was at.
I'll
but-
go with that. Angel astronomical sphere.
Angel astronaut sphere. That's what's in my head.
It's cued? Have something else going on? Oh, here we go.
Doesn't sound cool.
No, it's just not. It's taking a minute to
Oh.
create.
Like,
This
doesn't sound
happened.
epic.
This happened with the Game of Thrones Tea Party. It took a minute.
I don't know what that is.
Didn't I put that in chat?
Game of Thrones Tea Party?
No, I didn't. Okay, hang on. Send you
Okay,
that
that
one while we wait.
that Hallmark video I showed Daddy and Mama yesterday.
It's great.
Daddy was dying. I'm like, anytime we miss watching Hallmark, let's just watch this and we'll be good.
I mean, honestly, and it's so short. Right.
Compared to the movie.
Game of
Long.
Thrones Tea Party didn't really work out. That's probably why I didn't send it.
Whoa, they did a lot more pictures.
And this is the Angel Astronomical Spear. This is kind of cool.
Okay, I had something in my
It's
head.
much better.
I can almost
I
like
mean, there's,
create a whole story around this.
you know, they're still very women-like, but
Yeah,
it's still awesome.
yeah. I like the colors and the
Yeah,
more.
the top left one is nice,
Yeah.
and the top right one's body. I mean, if an F1 were made like that,
And
then
I wish the hand was more holding the spear instead of a stump being connected
it's true.
to the
True, true.
spear.
And having two hands
If
too
I-
is kind or three hands. Is kind of
Oh
odd.
yeah, that's weird. I didn't see that until you said something.
That's the first thing I saw. That's weird.
Okay,
Oh,
actually, look
jeez.
at the bottom right one or the bottom left one. That is
Yeah.
a spear sticking out of the earth that is an angel in space. That is epic. I love that one.
That's pretty cool.
I don't understand.
Oh man.
Bottom
Look. Oh, yeah. I think the computer was like, well, I heard compass at one point, so
That's exactly. I was like,
We're going with it.
let's do it.
the wings I
Oh,
would
jeez.
expect to be more magnificent, like the bottom left, whereas the top two are pretty.
Real.
They're kind of lame. Like for the size of the person, angel, whatever.
Yeah.
But
Kind
the
of.
bottom, those are cool though. That's much more what I was thinking.
All right.
All right, what?
I was gonna do another one with a different style.
Okay, regarding the whole tea party thingy, the bottom one on the left, I like.
Hang on, I gotta pull that up. Bottom one on the right with the
The left.
with the castle and then the like weird. It's like a
Yeah.
banquet but with a throne.
Yeah.
I like the top left, but the lower part, I don't know why they separated the pictures like that.
I like it. Looks more like it reminds me of Lord of the Rings.
It's like it's like a round table where they're all meeting, but then it's almost like a teapot.
Yeah.
I don't know
What's
why.
that? What's those movies we used to watch, like King Arthur's Court or something?
Hidden King Arthur's Court.
Yeah.
He go his big line was something as light as whatever, but as hard as Velasco's head.
Wow, Addison,
Yeah, I'm a dork.
you way more than I do.
I remember the dumbest shit. But I can't remember significant lines from big movies that my best friends know. They'll say it, I'm like, what is that from?
Okay, what's the other one where it's like he leaves his own era. He has a genie that he finds or something, and how do I describe that movie? At the end of there's a girl he likes, and um he's not popular, so the girl's like, ew, I could never, or whatever, right? She's just a
Isn't
butthead.
that the kid in King Arthur's Court? Isn't the
Is
genie
that?
the guy that sent him back?
I don't know. I'm getting both of them confused.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I don't think it is. Because at the end, she's like, "Is this your car?" She likes him because of his car or something, and he's like, "Yeah," but ultimately he's not interested in her. And I'm like, "Well, yeah, duh. She's a butthead."
But then he runs into the girl that was in the past, but she's in the present now, right? Or she looks like the girl from the past. I
Probably.
remember that. Yeah, because it was like, how did she get here? What?
This
I
is too much for my kid brain.
I know I'm 7, but how do you expect me to just accept that? What?
I did. I was like, "Oh, good. She's here too." Ooh.
I didn't. I did not accept it. In my head I was like, oh, so she's like the great 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 granddaughter of this person, and you
You're
guys are weird. You
right.
guys are weird.
How do you instantly connect like that? What?
Doesn't make sense. I did a
I can't.
photorealistic of the angel astronomical spear, and it's weird.
Oh,
Yeah.
they apparently don't know what angels look like. I
No.
think they're fairies.
I think the one on the bottom right is a lighter.
Okay, I don't understand the top left. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah. Is that photorealistic? Nah. Doesn't look.
I don't think I
It's an
I
angel taking a piss.
even
that's what it
even
looks
even without the angel taking a piss, it's still not photorealistic.
like. No.
True.
And the top right, if I, the only thing
I'm
I understand
sorry.
is the angel.
If
I don't know.
if I was the AI trying to explain myself, I'd be like, yeah, it's an angel jumping away. He has a spear in his hand, and you just see his left foot and his left wing. He's jumping. He's like, I'm away.
That's what
It's
it looks like.
artistic. It's artistic. I actually kind of like. There's something aesthetically pleasing about the bottom left.
Yeah,
It belongs on a business card.
it's just honoring. I feel like.
Yeah.
Andrew, what are you doing?
Eating.
Oh,
All right.
that's why you got quiet.
Hmm. I'm hoping it'll help me energize myself again because I am dead.
Why?
You got me?
Oh. Did you work today?
Oh, yeah. Today and tomorrow are my busiest days.
Well, I'm not happy about this one. Oh my God.
But normally I'm still reasonably energetic because even though today's probably my most hours worked in a day,
Mm-hmm.
it's like one kid at a time. I see one, and they're like, with the exception of Ileana, they're the four calmest girls that I've ever worked with. So it's like, I got one of them for 2 hours, then the next for 2 hours, then the third one for 2 hours, then the fourth one for 2 hours, and it's like that's it. That's my day. So it's not like I get multiple kids or anything, but I'm just exhausted today. So
Hmm.
Sorry, guys. I'm still here.
Me too.
Um,
What I like is that no one needs to say anything for Addison to entertain himself.
it's my stream. I'll do what I want.
I'll do it.
I typed in super teacher eating at the top left. What? It's like, I don't know.
What is?
Put in soup.
And there's so much not there.
Anything. We don't understand these words mixing together.
What is the super teacher?
What is that?
Oh my god.
Fur? That is
That
so
is awesome.
weird.
My new screensaver.
Super teacher eating.
Oh man. Oh man.
Oh man.
Yeah, just like I've tried a couple variations to try and get a teacher as a superhero eating a meal, but it's always
Mm.
just okay, I have to show you this one. This is I don't know how to describe his arm. What is his arm doing? The bottom left. Is that a phantom shake?
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
Hit me with
Listen,
that
are you-
phantom shake.
Paying for this?
I paid $8 and I have 40 credits, which means I can do 40 different versions of this stuff. Then
The
don't
answer is yes, Abigail.
no,
the answer is
Abigail.
yes.
That's not the answer. The answer is I got a deal. All right, we got super
Oh,
tar out of this. All right.
Oh, boy.
Oh,
Abigail, get down there and save his ass.
I know. Give me your credit card.
No, don't hit the power button. Don't hit the power button.
Well, great. Now I can't do any more.
Oh. All right.
That one is weird. I mean, not all of them, but that specific one.
That's why I showed you. I like a lot of those. It's just like it doesn't. Damn it. You guys gotta check out my. You guys gotta check out my new YouTube content.
Oh boy. Do we really want to?
It's nightmare fuel. Nightmare fuel. I'm having waking nightmares looking at this.
With the bottom left.
Why do you have the armpit creases? That's so creepy.
I think it's a nice touch. You should do that one.
Kangaroo.
It's a kangaroo. It's not even. I typed in gaming bunny. Then I got a kangaroo, a rat, and 2 bunnies infused with gaming controllers.
My vote is still for the bottom left. If you look at the world we live in, you can turn any sheep into Blue Bunny. Okay.
That's
So,
gonna get the most attention, 100%.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Are those armpit creases I see? I gotta check this dude out.
Like he calls himself Blue Bunny. He's got a yellow kangaroo. Hey, stop trying to define me. I'm my own pronouns.
I am who I want to be, even if I can't afford surgery. Oh. All right.
That's awesome.
I'm gonna send you guys random messed up stuff like this every now and then.
Oh damn it.
And I also want, and Andrew, please don't ask me anything professional because I will send you this version of it at least once while doing my own diligence. But if you guys ever think of something that you want to see combined with something else, hit me.
I
Yep.
think it could be a reality.
Oh, I love this stuff.
It's cool. I do think it's cool. It's weird, but it's cool.
It's somebody said somebody said it this way. It's like you recognize it, but it's just off a little bit.
Yeah. Or a lot.
Or a lot. The stained glass compass was pretty nice.
That was nice. I thought Dwight Schrute was pretty good too.
Yeah, I wanted him to look cooler, but
It's Dwight Schrute. Come on, Addison. Don't
Yeah.
ask it.
you're right. It can only do so much.
Right? I'm like, that's like asking a genie how a woman thinks. You know? Like, they can't do that.
It's like, ha! What?
Malfunction.
Please
Don't
try again.
Right? Put in another quarter. You're like, I've already put in 5. I literally am asking you one thing. You're like, I can't do that.
Anyway,
I gotta go get ready.
what are you doing today?
I have to work and then I have a wedding that I'm going to. Someone from high school.
I
is
wasn't
getting-
invited? Jeez.
I'm actually someone's +1. I'm Zoe's
Oh.
+1. He's in the wedding. And she's like, can I bring so and so? And they're like, yeah. And I know him. So I'm like, oh, cool. So that's actually Dr. Barrel's son. So Dr. Barrel will be there too.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So, yep. It's
Gonna be
actually
something.
weird. Dr. Barrel's son, Abraham, one of the youngest, is dating Eddie's cousin's child, whatever. So like a second cousin. It's weird, right?
Yeah. But weird stuff like that happens all the time. To me, anyway. Where I'll have a whole night where I'm thinking about this actor and the movies he's been in, and then I'll watch a podcast the next morning, and the first thing they talk about is that actor and the movies he's been in.
Okay.
Weird.
Here's another weird one. Okay. I just start reading the Bible also. And
Nice.
I was going through Matthew. I'm like, we're going to just start in Matthew and go from there because Jesus did a lot and there's a lot to take from it. So the first part of it is the genealogy of Jesus. And don't even ask me why, but after I read it, I completely teared up. I don't know, there's something in it that just like floored me. But one of the names, which we've all is Zerubbabel.
Zerubbabel.
Zerubbabel. I don't know.
It was an
Right.
Odyssey.
Okay. I was like, I feel like we've heard it. And I'm like, it doesn't, I was like, I've heard it before, but that's it. Like, it wasn't something that was going to overly stand out.
Mm-hmm.
The same day, we have youth group. And before youth group, we were having just some time to press into the Lord. And so I was just worshiping and I was like, okay, I need to pull out the Bible. I'm like, okay, God, where do you want me to go? And he's like, okay, go to Zechariah. I'm like, cool. Yeah, I know a lot about Zechariah. I don't, but it's fine.
It's a popular book to read. I'm going through Zechariah right now. You want to hear some of
I know it by heart.
it? My favorite books go Psalms, Proverbs, Zechariah.
dang it, how do I get there? It is Zechariah. And he's like, okay, I want to go to Zechariah 4:6. And I'm like, that's pretty specific, but okay. And it says, so he said to me, this is the word of the Lord to Zerubbabel, not by might nor by power, but by the Spirit, says the Lord Almighty. And I'm like, well, isn't that funny that in a day you have led me to two different parts in the Bible that comment on Zerubbabel, who I don't read up on at all.
My favorite Bible character.
I'm like, what? You guys don't know about
There's Noah and Moses and Zerubbabel.
Zerubbabel.
Should we add that? The kids are gonna have a hard time. Those 4-year-olds. Yeah, Bababel? No.
I got a t-shirt.
Zerubbabel.
I got a T-shirt that says "I heart Zerubbabel."
Never mind. They taught us the damn Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. I mean,
And VeggieTales ruined it with Rack, Shack, and Benny. I'm never gonna not refer to them as that.
geez. Oh, man, that is funny.
Are you really leaving?
Yeah, I gotta go.
Where are you going?
Daddy makes his appearance every week, except for last week.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Stand in. Mama stood in for you last week.
Mm-hmm.
Mama came in.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Slacking. What am I paying
Yeah.
you for? You're my main white balance guy. I count on you.
All right. I love you guys. Love you, Andrew.
Love you.
Love you too.
And I love you, randoms.
And I love you.
Bye, Daddy.
Bye.
Oh, man. That's why I leave my door open so that they can just come and say hi.
So Zerubbabel, where is he on the lineage? Before or after David? I mean,
He is. Let me look really quick. He's before David. Zerubbabel. Where is David?
What part
Oh,
of
I'm
the?
joking. He's after David.
What?
David was the father of Solomon.
Was he an Israelite or?
I don't know.
probably
Oh.
not. If he's after David, Israel
Oh.
was gone. It was just the kingdom of Judah.
It's really crazy because I bought this book from what's her name? Francine Rivers, and it's on Tamar, who is the let's see, where is he? Judah. Where are you, Judah? Judah was before David, right?
Uh-huh. Way before.
Where is Judah?
Right after Jacob.
Okay, whose mother was Tamar. So they don't say that Tamar was Judah's wife because that wasn't how that went down.
Mm-hmm.
Even though she had kids by Judah. But it was this whole story on Tamar, and I listened to it and I was just like, first of all had so many feelings, and the culture, everything was just like so different than it is now, of course.
No.
But then I went and found it in the Bible and read it for myself to make sure what I was listening to aligned with what the Bible said. And Tamar had nothing but honor and respect for Judah, even though Judah most of his life was just a major coward and was very dishonoring. But Tamar, she ended up, because she knew, so Tamar had the right to dishonor Judah because he made her go back to her family's home. So that, because she married Judah's oldest son, I can't remember his name, and he was wicked, and he ended up dropping dead because of his wickedness. Then she married the next son. Also, he was wicked, and he wouldn't actually birth a son for his brother because he hated, or I don't know what the deal, but he was like, I'm not doing that. Like, he didn't love his brother that much or whatever. And so God was like, well, okay, then you're going to drop down dead too. So he did. And Judah's wife was pretty much the head of the household, and she hated having Tamar in the home and she didn't want Tamar to marry the last son because they're like, well, he'll probably die now too because of her. So they sent her back, and she's been married twice. She's a widow, and she's got no other prospect, right? There's nothing, like, her family only saw her as someone who was supposed to make their family better by being married into this family, and that's it. And Judah's sons were wicked. Like, his oldest son was wicked. He beat her. It's really bad. So then I guess Tamar's family, because of the background,
Sorry.
they
Bless you.
to the right to kill her at any point they wanted. She was treated like a slave when she went back. Tamar had no rights, but she did have the right because of how Judah handled the situation. He was not supposed to by however it worked in that culture. You were not allowed to send your own family away. So Tamar knew her place. She knew that Judah was her family, even though they treated her like garbage. She's like, that's my family. Like, my family line is supposed to come from them. It can't come from anyone else. And so when Judah sent her back, he promised her, he's like, oh, I'll call for you when his youngest son is of appropriate age to get married, which he never did, and he never planned to. Well, with all of this time that went past, Judah's wife had passed away, and Tamar had no future prospects. Like, she had no one she had no relationship even with, like, her brothers or her father, because she was just seen as someone who was supposed to birth children and continue the family line of Judah. So she has nothing to do ultimately with her own family, because that's just the way it works. I don't really understand it. Obviously, coming from our own family, I don't understand that. So Tamar could have gone to the city gates and honored Judah in front of everyone, and everyone would have known what Judah did. And she's like, that's not what I'm going to do to my family. Like, she kept believing that Judah would be honorable. She kept thinking that he would call for her. When she found out he wouldn't, what?
Do you think it might be more than that? Like, do you think maybe if she dishonors her husband, Judah, then she also dishonors her children?
Judah is her father-in-law.
So,
Yeah.
okay. Oh.
Yeah, Judah's her father-in-law, who's
I'm
been
a real good listener. Sorry.
I don't think
Judah is a dick husband, man.
Judah's the worst woman I've ever heard of.
Tamar ended up finding out that Judah was never going to call for her. Like, his youngest son ended up, I don't know what he did. He just was not part of the picture. So Tamar devised a plan. She had a sister that was, I can't remember their background, what kind of people they were. But one of her sisters was placed as a temple prostitute. That was her job. That was like her lot in life. So her mom would, like, make these beautiful dresses for her because of her placement in society. And so Tamar was to bring these garments to her sister, and she devised a plan that she would put them on and she would seduce ultimately Judah, because she wanted to carry out his family line. And long story short, okay, I won't go into the whole detail, but if you read it, if you listen to it, it's insane.
Shut up,
You're a
Andrew.
dick.
I'm sorry.
Long story short.
This is father all over again, which is like 20 minutes later. Long story short, they end up getting married.
The difference, I'm sorry, Abigail. The difference is that when Abigail's telling a story, she will stop and think and then say what she's trying to say. Daddy will sit there and go, what was his name? What was his name? What date was that? What date did it happen? Was it a Saturday or was it a Sunday?
Oh, Andrew's giving me a hard time. Addison's, taking care of me.
I got you.
Thank you.
Is he? Oh,
Andrew, you could try a little harder.
wow.
Yeah.
You set yourself up, Abigail. That's all.
Imagine.
Well-
I didn't compliment her at all, but I'm still taking care of her. You see how I did that? I'm playing piano, man. My fingers are up here. Then they're down there.
Relating her to Daddy, and she's viewing you as her protector. I ain't. Okay. I'll try harder.
Learn next time not to say long story short. How about that?
I never say that.
Abigail.
Yeah.
Ever.
Anyway,
Long story short, they get married.
Long story as
No.
long as it needs to be.
thank you. No, she ends up
Seducing Judah.
Judah, and she ends up having twins. She goes back to his home. They're not a thing, right? That was a one-time thing. He didn't know he was doing that with her. He thought she was
How could he?
Be-
Who would expect to look in the face of the person you're making love with?
they wear veils apparently.
Is it a kink
Yeah.
thing?
Well,
What's
Then that's
the deal?
okay.
He wore her sister's the outfit that was for her
Prostitute temple dress thing.
temple prostitute.
honestly?
Yeah.
You had me at temple prostitutes. Like they have those. We have
Yeah. Like, is
we have those at our
is that
church.
allowed? Yeah. 'Cause I'd be going to church a little bit more.
Oh, for the love of all good in
I'm
this
sorry.
world.
We get
Hey, if God is condoning it, if God was condoning it, I would be like, I'll do what I can. Like that's
Jesus walks into the temple. He's like, "What's up, prostitutes? You're selling shit in my home,
how dare you?
ladies? Let's get them."
Well, Jesus came how much after?
I know. It's jokes.
Just
I'm sorry.
saying, yeah.
I'm just wondering. Maybe I don't know if they had them. Anyway,
I-
that's why it says Judah, the father of Perez and Zerah, whose mother was Tamar. So she ended up giving birth to twins. And so she continued the family line. It was because of her respect and her honor for Judah and his family line.
Do we know who the twins were? Are they names or?
She just mentioned him.
Perez
Okay.
and Zahar. But it's, Perez, the
So
father.
Perez went to South America, I'm assuming. Little Mexican. And
Listen, he doesn't listen, but she jumps on me for something. I mean, I feel like there's a little bit of bias right now going on.
Probably.
I have very little arrogance in things I say.
All right, that's fair.
That is
I'm
fair.
working on getting rid of that. I'm trying to get rid of it. It's just really hard being as brilliant as I am. Like, it's just, how do you get rid of that? How
How
can
do
I
you-
be as dumb as you, man?
I
I don't know.
Such an idiot.
So dumb.
So dumb.
So stupid.
Oh my gosh.
Still my favorite line ever.
So
So funny.
good.
Well, I gotta go. I gotta shower. Gotta get ready.
All right.
All right.
I love you
I do
guys.
too.
I love you
I
too.
don't know what I need to.
Maybe next
I love
week.
you too.
Oh,
I'm
wait.
getting a new computer chair. Mine is sitting at a 45-degree angle. I have a pad and then a t-shirt shoved under the left butt cheek so I can actually sit normal.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh,
Stop
man.
making me jealous, man.
The room of people, you think you have it bad.
Jeez.
If we play next week, I have a breakfast in the morning, so it'd have to be later.
All right.
We won't be able to then.
Okay.
Oh, you're early?
No, I mean, I won't be able to at all. I'm going to be having a group of friends over because apparently I don't hang out with people anymore.
Did you tell them about
No.
your brother and sister that you hang out with once a week? Except for next
No,
week.
but I told them I'm starting a business. What are you doing? And then they said you should stop being so arrogant. And I'm like, let me send you a video clip. So, I mean,
You look at me. You still want that loan? Yeah, I didn't think so.
think so.
Let me go get my Maserati and drive away from this shithole. That's how I hang out with people.
That's right. Yeah.
I don't know why no one's hanging out. No.
I really don't. Like, what's going on? Is it
What's
something
the
I'm putting
deal?
out there?
I'm an American, goddammit!
I say that too. I usually do that on the street corners, though, with the flag. They don't seem too excited about that.
Proud to be an American, well, at least I know I'm free.
I've been arrested 3 times. Thank goodness their laws are not the same as ours. It's like
Right?
in jail one day, out the next.
And every time you get out, you look at the officer and you go, diplomatic immunity.
And the guy's like, idiot.
Addison, do you want some coffee, by the way?
No, I'm all right.
Okay.
I'm going to run to town later and get some food.
I just can't keep buying coffee in town. It's too expensive.
Oh, you're making coffee.
Yeah.
I've been hooked onto this damn 3-in-1 shit because it's so cheap to get that versus real coffee.
Is it the gold stuff?
I get the red one because it's
I like the red one.
tad bit sweeter. So anyway, yeah.
I
So
just
I wait
remember
for
the
the
stuff.
deals to come. Basically, I get the same cup of coffee that I normally need for 50 cents now instead of
Oh,
whatever. So
It's so
embracing your Dutchhood. I like it.
I can't afford anything nicer. It's
Just that it's 50 cents cheaper for almost the same cup of coffee.
good. Addison, you have Andrew bring you a couple home during Christmas, and
I would
you
love
put it-
that.
you don't put it in a lot of water. You make it almost like a cappuccino, so it's smaller.
It's almost like
Oh.
a pudding more than a coffee.
No, it really isn't. It's very liquidy, but it's so good.
That's
I
crazy
do the
because
thick.
you remember the stuff from Cambodia, right? Those Insta packets.
No,
Really?
yeah, I really don't.
We had these Insta packets. It was a gold something that was the name of it, and we would take a pack and a half, and then you'd be like, anyone want to share a pack? Anyone want to share a pack? Every morning, share a pack, share a pack. You do a pack and a half, and that was the best cup of coffee I've ever had.
Oh my word, we're gonna
That's
have
funny
to go.
how-
You guys want to go on vacation to Cambodia?
Yes.
It's expensive to get there, but you pay $5 and you stay for a week and eat for free.
Yeah, so I've been looking at countries around Cambodia, and yeah, it's a little expensive. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but Cambodia
I'm-
is not.
Well, once you get there, but flying there is a whole different story, and I don't know how much it is for you
Flying
guys,
to
but
Bulgaria is the same.
flying to Bulgaria or flying to Seattle, I should say, from here is $700 right now. If I
Wait,
let
what?
you know, it's $700.
Oh,
If I fly to Cambodia, okay, I actually don't know Cambodia. I know Bali and I know Fiji, and those are around the realms of $2,000 to
Yeah.
$4,000.
what?
Yeah. So, and these are the safest places. I've been looking up places to go in the event of a nuclear war. Okay, you caught me. Anyway, Fiji's
Why?
like the
Hey,
number
you-
one spot.
Andrew, you doing okay?
I'm fine. Okay, I'm fine. You know those algorithms? Okay, apparently watching one war about what could happen if Ukraine lost leads to other algorithms, and
Why
pretty
would
much
you
all I'm
watch
getting now is
some
we're definitely gonna die from a nuclear war. So
Some-
anyway,
asshole who read one history book and is like, this is gonna happen, and he makes a video about it, and he has a buttery smooth voice, and so he convinces you.
Buttery smooth.
he is buttery smooth, man.
Yeah,
And
they
let me
all
tell
are.
you-
Okay, I can do
They
the same
all
thing.
are. That's what I'm
And
saying. There's not one
and
dude.
if
There's at least
Ukraine
5.
lost,
So
then
booyah. Okay.
Russia would
We're all
rip through
dead.
Eastern Europe and straight into America. No
No,
one would
he's more
survive.
of informative, like well, here we are now at the end of the world, and what happened to get us there? Well, let's take you back a couple hundred years, It's like,
I bet you're wondering how we got here.
yeah, he's so nerdy that it's like that's his credibility. Like he could be pulling shit from wherever, but he's got that nerdiness
Yeah.
that makes him sellable. So
Here's the thing,
I'm going
Andrew,
with it.
is even if you're a nerd or autistic even, you can still be a lying asshole.
Yeah, but this guy isn't. So anyway,
Is he Christian?
BG
No.
$3,500. He did make videos about Adam and Eve, which I was totally sold on until he started making his opinion about those, and then I was like, oh, okay, I'm not listening to that anymore.
If you actually believe in this bullshit.
No, he was more of God. He's definitely Christian. Like I was like really surprised when I
Okay.
saw it pop up, and then he's like, the Adam and Eve story is more of a analogy to understand God's heart, and not necessarily an actual event where two people populated the earth. And I'm like, oh, darn it, you. I mean, it might be true, but I don't want to hear his version of whatever. I want to hear more of factual things.
That
So,
yeah, that actually, because I have my own theories about things, not necessarily Adam and
Yeah.
Eve. I like the Adam and Eve story. I'd like to think that maybe Adam and Eve were the first humans, but I also
Right.
believe in evolution, but I don't want to
Yeah.
convince
but
anybody.
regardless-
It's just a
Yeah,
fun
you don't,
story
like-
for me.
Yeah, it's for me the angel thing, right? Like my
Yeah.
theory on angels, and I like it. It's very interesting. I'm not going to get on a soapbox and say, "Hey guys, dragons or angels? Let's go for it. Let's use this."
Because
like,
it's
nobody-
so unimportant. Here's the important
it's
thing.
so unimportant.
God is God. He sent his son down to save us from our sins, and that's who I believe in. I'm fighting to be as much like Jesus as I can. I worship him and I worship God and this other stuff. Even the end of times. It's like why even have a conversation about it? You're trying to convince me of something that literally does not matter.
Yeah. Oh man. I
In
don't
my
know.
opinion, I don't know.
I find much entertainment, not in this last serious moment, but before that,
Wow.
in all of this. So thank you.
You know
I'm
we
just
weren't fighting,
over
right?
here. What?
Andrew and I, we weren't fighting just now,
We weren't
right?
fighing. Were you
No,
listening?
I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't
Jeez,
think you were
Abigail.
fighting. I just
You
You're
said
so mean
You
sometimes.
you said serious moment, and it sounded like I just don't want to be here right now.
no. I meant
Part of
I
your-
didn't want to say
your
this
drama.
part was. I didn't want to say it was entertaining in the sense of like, oh, that's cute, right? Like, I don't want to be demeaning. I wasn't trying. That's why I didn't say whatever, you guys. You know what? Men,
You feel
women,
like she's been
freaking
demeaning?
What are
weird.
you
I feel
trying
like
to say?
she's been demeaning.
What are you trying to say, Abigail?
I don't want to talk to you. That's
This
what I'm
is
trying
why
to say.
God said, wives respect your husbands.
Andrew,
Living proof.
when you have a girlfriend for over
I
however
have
many
like
months and
3.
choose to
Okay.
get married, you go ahead and get back to me on that one.
I mean,
Yeah,
I've
exactly.
I've
Thank
had
you.
a girl, but I kind of agree with them, Abigail. I'm sorry. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
What's happened?
You guys.
Okay.
I love you guys.
Oh man. I
I
love
love
you.
you.
It's all jokes, right? It's all
Yeah.
fun and games. Okay.
we're
Mostly.
good.
Some don't
I
land.
guess.
Some aren't funny, and yeah.
We're good. Yeah.
Oh man. All right. Well,
So I love you guys.
I love you too.
Have a good day or night.
You too.
yes, you too.
Thank you. Bye.
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 And Andrew, I'll catch you later, bro.
All right. Sounds good, man. Talk to you later.
Later.
Bye.
And to everybody watching, if you made it this far, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe down below. Instagram in description, and I will catch you later. Hang on. Wait, I gotta turn the camera on because it won't work without the camera. And then I gotta get the music ready to drop. Deuces, ninja.